play is about is that this playwright and also an English teacher, his name is Alan Hennell, and he had sent out a survey with 3 questions on the survey. It asked, what do you wish you could say to someone but never will? To whom do you wish you could say it to? And why won't you say it? So he sent out this survey to a bunch of teens all around the country, some his students, others to fellow teachers that he knew so they can give it out to their students. And he asked for responses back, and he had to encourage them to respond back with the fact that it would be anonymous. So he received all these anonymous responses back, and some of them were kind of just joking responses, some of them very serious, and he had this sense of responsibility when he read some of these responses that he wanted to communicate with these people, and he wanted to talk to them about their problems and all these things that they wanted to talk about, but they didn't really want to say it out loud. So he formulated all of these responses that he got into monologues, and he put himself into a situation with these monologues, and he created What I Want to Say But Never Will, and that's the name of the play. And so throughout this play, it's just Alan interacting with these teenagers that were created through these responses that he turned into monologues. So some of them are really heavy and deep. It talks about domestic abuse and violence. Some of them are just human emotions, like somebody's being cheated on, like divorce, and how it affects the kids, or something as light as you don't like how the president's lips look because they're really big and weird, or hey, let me tell you this story about when I stole this stop sign. It's great. Like kind of things like that. So it jumps back and forth to this humorous and more dramatic aspect, but it's mostly a more heavy and intimate, touching subject, which is really awesome, and our actors get really into it. And so yeah, that's like the whole like overlay general aspect, if everybody wants to throw out more things that I missed.
Alan, the character Alan is kind of, okay, so the character Alan, who's the playwright of the show, is played by 2 female girls, this one and me. And he is in the play as a reminder to kind of tell the audience that these are actors portraying teens, because when actors portray people that are very similar to themselves, you kind of get them confused with the actual monologues that they're doing. So Alan is kind of there to kind of level things out, to remind you that these are monologues and these are actual people that have like sent in these responses, but we're just actors portraying them. So it's very emotional and deep, but at the same time it gives you a kind of reminder that these are not our personal experiences, these are other people's experiences.
But they're experiences that are very relatable, and
very real.
Yeah, that's something that we really like about this play. Well, I really like about this play. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but it touches on subjects that a lot of us don't want to speak about publicly because they're very heavy things to talk about, like problems at home. So this play kind of helps bring them to light, and it's a great way to just bring up these problems out to the open, to be talked about and really just thought about, and maybe reach out and help somebody out in the end, which I think would be really cool.
And that's another important thing. It's deep, but it isn't dark.
Yeah, like a lot of plays.
Awesome.
But yeah.
It's very exciting. Hey, so Ceramics, do you guys have any questions right off the bat for them as you're kind of brainstorming your human figure that you're going to create? Do you want to ask them any questions, like maybe, I don't know, right off the bat, or should we just break into individual things? Any questions?
So I think what would be cool is if we could break into these little table groups, and that way each table can